Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Friday morning, the 7th of December. I'm James Spann. A little cooler today with a wedge. Cold air damming. Gets cool air coming in from the east, but a big change to colder weather next week, as you'll see. Let's look at some of the shots around the Skycam network early this morning at the ridiculous hour of 5 o'clock. There's a look at the Skycam coming from Trussville. That's Chalkville Mountain Road. Looks like nobody's out there. Wouldn't it be nice if traffic was that light all day out there? Look at the Christmas lights in downtown Fayette. And the Christmas tree looking good in downtown Clanton early this morning. All right, got kind of a zonal flow, trough beginning to carve out up north. And we've got colder air draining down from the northeast. Notice how Atlanta is 49, while Montgomery is 61. And that cold air damming effect should lead to slightly cooler temperatures over on the eastern side of the state today. Not a big change, but some of the communities near the Georgia border could be in the 50s all day. And around the nation, temperatures well below zero over much of Canada. And again, that's starting to nose down into the northern states. And we're going to catch a little bit of that Tuesday of next week as the first phase of the December cool down takes place. Up north, we have winter storm watches for parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota in advance of that new cold air push. And down this way, just some fog issues in the warmer air. Convective outlooks. This is day 2. This is tomorrow. Low-end 5% probabilities from near Memphis down to about Tyler, Texas. And this is day 3, which is Sunday. Again, low-end 5% severe weather possibilities from near Nashville and the Shoals down to Houston and Austin, Texas. Organized severe weather not expected. And again, we'll take a look at modeling on this, but it does not look like a severe weather problem here despite a pretty strong cold front coming in Monday. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday evening. The bigger numbers up north, Louisville, Cincinnati. They could see over 3 inches. And in our state, the rain amounts taper off from almost 2 inches up in the northwest corner down to a trace at Dothan. And with this deal Monday, we're expecting rain amounts of about 1/2 inch, maybe up to 1 inch for this part of Alabama. Let's look at modeling. This is the 06C GFS at noon today. Flow is mostly zonal. Down below that, the air is kind of moist. And, I guess there could be a shower somewhere, but like we've talked about, widespread rain, no. And temperature is a little cooler. Highs drop back into the mid-60s today. And for the folks near the Georgia border, they could stay in the 50s with the cold air damming. But those on the Mississippi border could be closer to 70. Same deal tomorrow. There'll be some clouds around. Very mild, low 70s, likely statewide. But any showers should be few and far between. And the same thing on Sunday. Yes, there could be a blip or two on radar, but rain should not be a big issue, and very mild with low 70s. And boy, look at the cold air flooding down over the northern states and the Rockies. That's a 1,035 millibar high coming down from the north. Pretty cold for early December. All right, Monday, there's the troughing west of the state. We've got a southwest flow aloft, and down below that, here comes your cold front. The GFS has adjusted the timing. It's a bit slower, suggesting this will happen as a daytime event on Monday, which means we'll probably reach the 60s on Monday. Not, initially we thought it might be a day where we fall in the 40s, but now it looks like the front comes through later than that, so it's going to be Tuesday before the cold air gets in here. We'll check the energy helicity index quickly for midday Monday. I'm sorry, this is 12Z. This is 6 a.m. Monday. And there's just not much there. You want to see that really, over a 1 or a 2 for a big severe weather problem, and it's barely showing positive values over South Alabama. And, of course, that will advect a little northward during the day, but that is a combination of helicity or veering of the wind with altitude and instability or the buoyancy of the air, and that's just not really supportive of a big severe weather problem. But, again, we'll monitor things as we get closer. There's a look at the actual instabilities. And again, you can see that there's just not much. The instability is extremely limited. The helicity is, fair, but again, that's just not supportive of severe weather. But, we'll keep an eye on things over the weekend. Now, Tuesday, this is interesting. The cold air is going to come in here, but we still have a southwest flow aloft as the trough hangs back to the west. So down below that, I'm not so sure we see any sunshine on Tuesday. That's kind of an overrunning pattern. And Tuesday will be much colder as the cold air seeps in here, but it's going to be very shallow. We might have a hard time getting out of the 40s on Tuesday with the north wind at the surface, but I would say the day will be cloudy and a chilly north wind. And then Wednesday, the cold air advection continues and maybe gradual clearing. Again, I think we'll struggle to get out of the 40s. We'll probably start the day around freezing. And then finally on Thursday, that's when bone-crushing subsidence will likely bring the sun back in full force. And Thursday morning would be cold. Interesting how things have changed. A couple of days ago, the model showed a big rain event coming in here with a system on the Gulf, but no more. Thursday just looks cold and dry. Should start the day in the 20s, high in the upper 50s, and there's a week from today. We might warm up to near 60 on Friday the 14th. Let's go a little deeper in the month. What do you say? How about December 20th, getting awfully close to the big day we're all waiting for? And look at that trough, and that's suggesting a big old rain event, and then it turns sharply colder. Maybe a flurry or two on the backside of that, if this is right, and this is all out there in the land of voodoo. And then on December 22nd, it would be just nice and cool and dry. And again, we'll take a look at the CFS anomalies. This is where we are today. You can see the very mild air here, very cold air up north. That's an amazing contrast. And then let's go to the week of December 21st through the 26th, basically out there at Christmas. You can see how much of the nation flips to a pattern where it's below average. Nothing really excessively cold, but that would certainly put it closer to or below seasonal averages later this month. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. And don't forget to watch us on TV or the live stream if you can. ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Hey, this is Ross with my partner Bob. We have a show called Worldview Matters.
And Ross, as you know, we believe that everything in life is somehow related to how people view the world around them.
Our show is available on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Also available on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.